Hello and welcome back to the studio, everyone. My name is Carson, as always, and this is K2 Productions. I know it's been a super long time, like a month or so, since I posted the last video in this series, but I've just been so busy. I'm back in school, and they're just not churning out as quickly as I possibly can. But you don't need to hear any of that. Let's get right into it today. I'm going to show you how to attach the sleeves. And so let's get right into it. The links are in the cards right here or in the description for the other videos if you haven't watched them already. But other than that, let's go. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how I attach the sleeves. So basically you're going to turn your whole cloak inside out again, so pull it, through the bottom of the robe. Sorry, not the cloak. And then what you're going to do is here's one lining sleeve, and here's the outside sleeve that matches it. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take those, make sure they're not twisted up, and then you are going to. So I have both of them. They're kind of out like this. You're gonna take. This is the nice side. You're gonna take the nice side, and then the nice side of the lining, and put them together. Just put the faces, like the holes, together. So you're going to make a big tube of sleeve, because when these are connected like this, once you turn it inside out, they'll all come together so that they are the way they're supposed to be. So it's kind of, after that part, it's kind of just like any other seam that we do, where you're just gonna line up the two seams, at the tips of the sleeve. Line those two up as best as you can, and then basically you kind of have to go around the sewing machine kind of weird. So you're gonna go around it like this. Oh, I lost it. Go around the edge of the sleeve the whole time. So you got to make sure that you're only getting two layers of fabric in it the whole time. It's really weird. Um, Once you kind of do it on the sewing machine, you'll kind of understand. Basically, it's like if you put a tube flat on the table, so like if you had a toilet paper tube and you just stuck it on the table like this, basically it's like if you snipped all the edges of the toilet paper tube so that it flared out at the bottom, and then you put those flares against another toilet tube like that, and those flares that are flaring out at the bottom, that's the part that we're sewing. So you're going to make a continuous tube with this little extra flare around the outside, and that will be the seam. So I've gotten my sleeves together here, and you can see I have the point. This is the seam right here, and I have them kind of together. I have the points lined up, those seams lined up perfectly. And basically we're just gonna carefully go around the whole edge of the sleeve. So I'm gonna, start going this way, and just really try. It's gonna start getting, like folded and wrinkled and stuff like that. Just really try and make sure that you only have a lining layer and the outside layer together, and that also, the good sides are facing each other. So here's the nice seam of the liner, and then here's the nice seam of the outside, and they're facing each other. As long as you got those two together, you might have to redo it a couple times. On my first robe, I had to redo it twice because when I kept flipping it inside out, the sleeve was like oddly shaped because something wasn't even. Um, so, don't feel discouraged. It is the way it is. This is a hard part to do. So we're going to try it right now. So you can see as I'm getting up here, this is where it's going to start kind of folding and stuff. So just make sure that you always only have these two layers on top of each other. So here we're at a fold again. So just kind of keep feeding it through. We're almost around to the front again. So when you get to the front, just it is a, it's got that, like, whatever you want to call sliced sleeves or whatever, the tipped sleeves. So just try and make sure that your seam comes to a point as best as you can. And when you turn it inside out, it won't be like perfectly pointy just because there's two lines and there's two layers there, and there's all this seam allowance and stuff. But just try and do it as best as you can. So, okay. So now we have this big loop of a sleeve here. We got it all connected. So here it is connected. We went around that, the toilet paper roll, kind of like what I said. So now we're gonna turn it inside out, and hopefully it looks nice. Guess we'll find out. Or outside in, whatever you want to call it. So when you turn it the right side out, your sleeve will be in here, and you can pull it out, and then kind of from the inside, yep, give it a push. So you can see it looks pretty good. We got it. It's all, and then on the inside there's the liner. So it looks pretty solid. And then we're literally going to do the exact same thing that we did with the rest of the robe, and we're going to iron out so that it comes to, a nice clean line, and we'll top stitch around it so that it doesn't look all billowy or whatever. But before we do that, we'll do the other sleeve, and then we'll finish them both with the ironing and the top stitch. So Easton's just going to do the exact same thing that we've done with everything else, and make the sleeves nice and even and straight like they should be, so that I can top stitch the rest of it so that they're nice and straight and clean and not poofy and stuff like that. So now I'm just going to do the top stitch around the sleeve, which is, pretty self-explanatory. It's just like everything else. We're just going to make a nice stitch all the way around to make sure that it stays all flat. There, so now we have a nice top stitch done on the whole sleeve. Alright guys, that's all for today. I know it was kind of short video, but I tried to, squeeze as much as I could in there. And then now that we've got this done, all we have to do is the clasp and the patch and seal up the bottom, and we will be golden. So hopefully I can fit that into the next video. We'll see. I know I'm not that great at that, so we'll find out. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to this YouTube channel, you most definitely should, especially if you care about Harry Potter, want to finish your robe build. I know I left you kind of hanging, but we're trying to get it through now. Plus, I got all kinds of other stuff like Star Wars and 3D printing and, whatnot. So definitely, if you haven't subscribed, definitely think about it right now and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. If you have any questions, definitely leave them down in the comments. I love answering all of them. You can also reach me on Twitter, and now I have Instagram. They are both K2 Productions YT. So go give the new Instagram a follow. Check out the Twitter. You can reach me on both of them. I post kind of some updates on the Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. So go check it out if you want some more K2 Productions. Finally, if you want to support the channel, the easiest way is to share these videos with a Harry Potter obsessed fan or somebody just likes sewing and wants to try something hard. It'll help so much. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Your viewership means the world to me. The channel is slowly growing, and I'm just incredibly excited. So you guys have no idea how much it means to me. I'm just so happy. But That's really about all I got to say to you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Get out there and make something, and I'll see you next time in the studio.